Hello, everyone. I'm here with Hayden, the owner of Autonomy Salon and Wellness. And this is going to be the very first in our series where we're going to be interviewing local business owners here in RVA to get a little information on the background of their brand story and also share some tips for other aspiring entrepreneurs. So, starting off strong, tell me a little bit about your business and who you serve.
So we are one of the businesses that fall into the umbrella of annoyance, which we serve everyone, which has been a little bit more difficult of a brand to build. As every brand manager has told me, I'm the owner of Autonomy Salon and Wellness, which is a gender affirming and holistic hair care salon in Lakeside and now also on Broad Street down near VCU campus. We just opened our second location.
And that's where we are right now.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. And exciting things are happening all around us as we just got the keys to this location today. So thanks for making your first interview and on the series in our new and special space.
Oh, yeah. I'm super excited to be here and to be a part of everything that Autonomy is doing. If y'all don't know, I run their social media, and it's been such a blessing to work with this group of people. Like, the biggest breath of fresh air I've been able to breathe in my whole life. What inspired you to start a salon in the first place?
It is clearly very, very important that space gets carved out for people to feel comfortable coming home. And to me, coming home just means, excuse me, means coming home and feeling comfortable in your own body. And I think a hair salon is a really special space to be able to do that. And so it only made sense once the opportunity started to be presented to me to go ahead and start creating spaces for people to be able to feel comfortable coming home to themselves and also feeling comfortable working for 8 hours because who wants to do that?
Exactly. And they do a really good job at it too. As someone who hates getting their hair done, I actually enjoyed the process of getting my hair done with Hayden because he takes the time to understand my hair texture, first of all, but also make you feel comfortable and make sure you're okay throughout the whole process because we all know it can be very overstimulating having someone touching your head all around. What is one of the biggest challenges that you faced as a business owner?
I guess the one that stands out the most to me is the month after I signed my lease initially for the Lakeside space, the pandemic happened. So
That's timing.
that was definitely interesting timing to say the least.
How did you get through 2020 with that?
I've just had a really incredible amount of support along the way, and I luckily have had really, really, really valuable investors who have stepped up and believed in me. And without the investors that had actually invested in Autonomy in the beginning, not even investors, just investor, she was in a space of privilege that she was able to utilize to help keep us through it. The support system is the number one thing you have to have in place. You have to have somebody that, like, when stuff starts getting really hard, they either can tell you to keep going or they can help you through it.
What's been one of the most rewarding parts of running your business?
So the most rewarding part of my business has definitely been to watch the folks who are growing with me grow. When you watch somebody else meet their goals, that has been working with you to get to those points, like watching those people meet those goals, it is the most rewarding thing in the whole wide world. And I also find myself like daydreaming about the future where I have all of these little baby hairstylists and, growing hairstylists, like meeting all of their goals. Like that is the most amazing part of my job, is watching everybody around me like be fed from the same place.
That is rewarding.
It's so rewarding.
How do you currently market your business, and what's been a very effective strategy for you so far?
My strategy has always been word of mouth. I have a lot of guests who refer a lot of their family and friends to me and I've been doing hair for 15 years. So
You
the
have
way
a
that
strong
the way
base,
that
yeah.
marketing has been different all throughout the different phases of my life and phases of my career. A lot of the times, a lot of my marketing was happening when I was working in restaurants and inviting those folks into my salon because I was like, well, how am I going to market while not losing money on it because I can't afford to pay for marketing right now. And then of course, like, hiring a social media manager has been one of the most one of the most beneficial things that I've done, and that's mainly because I've never had the capacity to stay on social media as a whole. I've never been someone that has a strong social media presence. I mean, I curate it and make it look really pretty and like make it look nice, but that means that I've also spent way more hours than I want to doing it,
Being on the
being on the
internet,
internet. And since being off the internet, I finally have the capacity to, I don't know, read a book and have a conversation and actually listen to something that somebody says without like being in a million different places in my head. And that's been beneficial, but the main thing is that the social media still has to get done because that is how a lot of people do find us. And paying somebody to do that for me has been incredibly beneficial because it also gives me more bandwidth to be able to actually work and do in my business. And I don't think I'd feel equipped or prepared to open a secondary location as somebody who doesn't have a social media presence without a marketing manager. So it only makes complete sense for that to be where we're at right now.
Love it. What advice do you have to give for someone who wants to start a business in your industry?
You have to know how to take care of yourself before
Oh,
you can
yeah.
open a business. And that is like the thing that I've been trying to learn and constantly like rebooting in learning as a business owner every year. Every time I turn around is like, how can I make sure I am resourced and prepared and making sure that I'm not like needing for anything, making sure that those needs are met. And that is when you know that you're on a good trajectory.
This concludes our first interview of this series. And seriously, thank you so much for being a part of it. So, if you're an RVA, definitely come and visit Autonomy Salon and Wellness, and we'll have more for you next time. Cool.